In this quick video, I want to talk about Kemp. He's doing a Sky documentary on the rise of toxic masculinity, inside young people. Domestic violence in 2026 has gone up amongst young people. And guess what? They called it the lost youths. The lost youths. Almost like they need therapy. You think to yourself, well, when does that get a pass that you abuse women? You domestic violence against them. You go on social media. Social media is packed with men who hate women. And Kemp thinks that, oh, it's because they're lost, and he thinks, oh, well, it's because of, education. And I guarantee you, he will not go to the root. Oh, they're lost. They need all the help they can get. Just like when they become serial killers. And, it's emotional trauma. They always seem to get a pass, whereas other people, of color, do not. But I will tell you why there's a rise in domestic violence among young youths. You see, there's a parallel between those who are anti-immigrant, anti-boat, right, and pro-deportation, and etc., stop the boats. There's the same mindset of those who beat up their girlfriends. They're fueled by anger. They are protesting against feminism. They're protesting against women's equal rights. It comes from the same source of anger. They're losing control. But Kemp will not go there. He's not going to go to the root that since girl power, women's rights. And I'll prove my point. If a man puts his finger on a woman or a girl to a boy on social media and he knocks her out with brutal force, the first thing that comes to mind is, or what they say, well, was it equal fights, equal rights? In other words, if you dare to demand equal rights, then all protection is off. Everything's on the table. We can knock you out. If you won't go back into the kitchen and cook and clean and be obedient, then we have every right to play the game, which is equal fight, equal rights. And it's interesting, you got people like YouTubers, or YouTube, designers and those who run YouTube and Facebook, like Mark Zuckerberg, usually males. They justify these toxic messages. I know Kemp is going to butterfly it. What he's going to do is going to sugarcoat it. Oh, they're lost. Lack of education. They need help and therapy. You got the people like Andrew Tate and Nigel Farage who wants to strip women's rights, and they are champion to these young people, the same young people that have the anger in them, stop the boats, the same young people standing outside the hotels, and half of them were convicted pedophiles, half of them were convicted for domestic violence. It's the same mindset. They're angry and because they've lost control. No doubt, I'm just scratching my eye. No doubt, Kemp is not going to go to the root. He's going to say, are they being left behind? The working class and the education system is not for them. Really? If you look at the comments, it's never about education. If you look at the comments, it's never about failure as a result of their lack of skills. It's always equal fights, equal rights. If you, come on, Woody, if you dare ask, for women's rights, girls' rights, etc., then you deserve to experience domestic violence. Woody, shut up! Right, you deserve domestic violence, and that's what it's about. But Kemp will not go into it. Woody, no, 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 no. Nope. You ain't going nowhere. Right? My dog's being stupid. Will he? No. Right? Yeah. So, but Ross Kemp, what he will do, he will sugarcoat it. He's not going to go to the root. You know why? It's too controversial to blame feminism. It's too controversial to say that these guys did not want women's rights. It's too controversial because then it goes to the root that everything is connected. It goes to the root that it's all about losing control. It's all about losing control. You know, but what do you think of this video? Let me know. Okay, let me know what you think of this video.